yeah, how to fix the, you share, oh, okay. Okay, so, okay lah, good academics for this two sets, so he can grab the concept and then understand how to do.
Grabs the concept, okay. How did actually he attempt +1? What kind of concept that you were mentioning?
Next number concept, because
Correct.
we want him to read the example, read the instructions. This one.
Correct. This one is very clear. Then maybe we can go to word skill. How about word skill?
Okay, no problem. You are quite focused, and then non-stop writing the answer, and then quite fluently and neat. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. And then for the word skills, right? What is the timing that he attempted? 6 minutes. Between X and Y, below X time.
Yeah, because this one before starting we already mentioned about 8 minutes. So he also very clear this timing, but looks like this one shouldn't be any problem because when he start writing, get into that tempo already, I think you already know he can finish within the 8 minutes. I'm quite confident about that after he's starting.
So the time that he used actually is below X time, right?
Yeah.
For him.
Our set already below the X time. We set is 8 minutes. Actually, it's below the X time already.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So he able to do even faster than what we expected. Okay, in 6 minutes. And then how about the study attitude? How do you see students' attitude? Because I think this is the focus that you mentioned that you want to see in Terry. So you want to develop the study attitude, the study motivation. So how do you see Terry's study attitude in these two sets?
I'm not sure whether there's some delay. So at the beginning stage, the communications not so fluent and maybe he doesn't understand what we want. Okay, but okay lah, she still follow everything. After that, when the connection is more stable, I think he's still able to follow lah. Because because his elder brothers already a Kumon student, so the mother maybe also beside there, she always remind him to follow the instruction, everything lah. I think like yesterday class, I think okay lah. The study attitude we quite follow, especially the read the instructions and then write needs. Yeah, concentration. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so when you mentioning yes, actually Kak Izian also actually did hypothesize lah, assume that probably it's because there are some delay because of internet stability, okay, unstable internet connection. Then this one, can you actually try to confirm with mother, because this is also something that another opinion that we have is that probably he is too excited in doing work. So probably he don't really listen to you well. So this is something that he knows how to do, right? It's easy.
Yes.
So he's also excited. We can see that he enjoys doing Kumon. So it could be one of these two reasons. So we hope maybe you can just ask parents a quick one lah, whether is it the internet connection ke? Because we wanted to further plan for students. If it's really because of internet connection, this one is not much of issue. But if because students is too excited, too rush, so this is something that we have to discuss about student character itself. Because in the later part, it will be very difficult if students continue this character, right? Okay, and then also under students' study attitude, another thing, how about the students' motivations? How is Terry motivation in this set?
Yeah. It's already start before the class. You can see he can't wait.
Correct. He can't wait. Okay. But do you picture, I think the last students that we have is younger students. So we can see the excitement. But how do you see Terry, P4 students, doing +1, but still give you that kind of excitement, you know? Do you feel the assignment that, you know, this is something that is easy, but students, you know, give you a big smile before start, like enjoying, keep responding to you. So is this something that you have seen before for a bigger students doing a very low?
No, no. Normally they are like nothing easy. They also don't that kind of the pressure expression, you know. Like from the Terry, we can see that he's very excited and then very happy, and then he also quite in a good manner, you know. Means he will answer whether you anything you ask, then he will answer you, and then in a very good manner way. I think this is also a good thing lah. I seldom look at the P4 student doing easy starting point. You can do it so excited, you know.
Correct. So I think this is also that we have to take note, okay? That students' motivation is very high, regardless of the set that they are doing is something that is easy, something that they already know. So it means we have to take note along the way. We need to keep par with the same motivation of student. Okay. So moving next is actually okay. So actually what you mentioned just now, it's already covered most of it. Okay, I think every single thing we are aligned. Okay, I just share it again. In terms of academic skill, yes, student is trying to answer +1 using next number concept. This is we can verify if you remember when students doing 3A74. The first question, he got it mistake, but he immediately able to correct. But when it comes to the second question, he actually study, look at the above, and then study from the worksheet itself. Oh, then it's next number. Then immediately put the answer for the addition 1. So students is actually trying to use Kumon method. So this one I wanted to highlight to you. This is something that we also wanted to instill into students, right? Because he has his own many ways. So this is a good highlight for students. And second, in terms of number sequence, we can see that students have a very strong number sequence. Okay, this one we can see in terms of speed of students put down the answer without any hesitation, and also the time that he spent lah. Because for 3A71 is 1 to 2 minutes, but student can even achieve it less than X time, okay, regardless of his age. So we understand that these are the two things that his strength on academic skills. In terms of word skill, as I mentioned, so the timing that he attempt is actually below X time, which is 6 minutes, okay. And then this is the point that you mentioned also, he able to write continuously. Okay, so to be emphasized is from page to page and question to question, because some students they be able to do question to question, but in between going to the next page, sometimes they will have a little bit of hiccup lah. It's either they stop, they look around ke, but for him, he has a very good concentration, so that's why he also very engaged to the worksheet lah, like you mentioned also, the same point. And in terms of the study attitude, yes, this is what we agreed. Student motivation is very, very high. Enjoy doing Kumon. Excited even doing +1. For student, right? I actually imagine for him just, this is something that I already know. I just do, you know, do quietly, you know, won't give us a smile, but he's really enjoy. Okay. And like you mentioned also, we can see that he's very excited that he do few pages before class. His curiosity is very high, even though it's +1. Okay. And also in terms of student character, like you mentioned, students are very neat, able to erase and redo the work. And this is the thing lah that we have to confirm to rush in doing work. It could be because too excited, then couldn't listen carefully, or is it because of internet connection? Okay, so this one is very important. As for these three, probably we need to confirm lah with the parents on that point. Okay, so this is the first part. After we review the student's ability, we would like to review back the instructional plan that we have discussed after DT. Okay, so listed here is actually the instruction plan that you initially had for Terry. Okay, so you want to share target completion, which is 8 minutes. You also wanted to guide students to write name, date, and time. And you wanted to instruct Terry to read instruction. And you will leave some comment or instruct if students start to use own way other than next number. Okay, so my question for you, did your instruction above goes as what you planned? Or if not, what are the difference?
So far, yes lah. Target, students, read instructions, yeah, okay. Times, maybe he already knows he need to write the times because at the mother also as behind the screen, I think, yeah, also remind him, yeah, how to do, what to do, something like this. Yeah. So far, this yesterday's everything goes still under this expectation.
Okay, do you remember whether you have any extra instructions to students?
Extra instructions. Extra
Okay.
instructions.
Okay, so actually, maybe we can discuss and see. But yes, the 4 instruction plan that you had, you are able to execute as planned. Okay, and also maybe we can look into more details. Okay, so for the plan, the first plan that you had, you wanted to share the target completion is 8 minutes. Okay, you actually instruct students to write neatly and encourage students to try to do in 8 minutes, because you were saying, can we do in 8 minutes? Instead of you asking students, do in 8 minutes. Okay, even the way that you communicate to students, you are trying to encourage students to achieve the target. Okay, and the second instruction plan, to guide students to write name, date, and time. Okay, I think to writing name and date is not an issue. I think for the time, I think the 3 of us agree that this is where you spend a little bit more time to train students to look at the time and then write, and even to write at the finishing time. Because students, for the first set, student wanted to write finishing time at the back, right?
Yeah.
AAT, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think this one, the guidance is more on writing time, where to write, and then where to write the finishing time. Okay. And the third instruction, instruct students to read instruction. Okay. So I think this one, the instruction for this one, we couldn't hear, but we can hear that you instruct students to trace worksheet. Make sure to trace. I think a few times you remind students to trace the number before proceed writing answer. Okay. And also the comment that you are giving to students is actually to read aloud questions and to read aloud answer. To not read aloud questions, only read answer. Okay, so I think this one also, yes, this is the point that probably we can verify that students' line is not clear, unstable, because you keep repeating this one, probably because of delay lah. But we still need to be confirmed on this part. Okay.
My side here, the signal here is actually about yellow. It's not the normally. If the line is not good, then it will become red color. So the one is yellow means it's a middle. Normally it's white color one. The signal, yeah.
Okay, so actually a part of this 4, you did have extra instruction plan that you give to students. Actually, you instruct students to read aloud the answer. Okay, And you also remind students to do classwork during class only. Do 1 set per day. So I think this is an extra. Of course, you didn't plan it in advance, but you're able to respond to how you're able to respond to the situation happen. Because I think we notice students already do in advance. So it's a very good instruction that you're given to students at the end. Make sure do classwork during class and do only 1 set per day for homework. Okay, so this is very clear for students. And also you praise students for doing 6 minutes. Okay, this one also we categorize as instruction plan. Okay, because even the students that we discussed before, you always praise students. Okay, so praising also is included in the instruction plan when we discuss about students. Okay, because the praise, even for you, you praise students specifically. You praise students for doing 6 minutes. You didn't praise like, okay, good job, great work. No. Okay, so that's why we include this one in the instruction plan. Okay, if let's say for example, if you put praising students when student doing good, we will always ask you what good, how you want to convey. Okay, what details that you want to share with students. Okay, so for you it's very good, you review students work. Okay, and the next one we would like, okay, this is the main one actually for today.
Yeah.
Because I already expected for the first two, you memang kau team, we will always align, right? When we discuss about student before. So the third one, the next action plan. Okay, so we would like to know among the 3 skills, academic skills, work skills, and study attitude, what would be your next focus on students that you want to develop further in student?
Motivation level is motivation level. I want to keep this. He can motivate himself to achieve the target. So maybe because just now you are maybe before starting, so we may, I think maybe we can ask students what's his target times to finish the worksheet today. Okay, and maybe you also can set the target for homework. Right?
Okay.
Because I think that's because he finished 6 minutes at the beginning stage, so maybe he will want to do, still very excited, and then the motivation level still there, so maybe we can set the homework and classwork target times.
Correct. Okay, I think your focus now, you want to maintain the students' motivation, right? Okay, so I think this is something that students already have in students. And for you, is this something that you thought before, or you have this thinking during our discussion that you want students to set time for himself?
Yeah. This is during just now our discussion.
Okay.
Because normally, just now you give me one point is very good, because previously we are deal with the I mean age is more younger. Now this is a primary 4 student, but he's still very excited to do. So maybe this is I think back, I seldom look at a primary 4 student when doing the worksheet is so excited, you know. The starting point is 3A. Because I got another one is P3 or P4. These students, he do the one very, I think, very calm one, you know. No any
expression.
special expression, you know. It's a girl, you know. Farah. So only when I saw her smile, when I praise her for the improving, when he improved, because the starting is do, even though 3A or 2A, he's still doing 10 minutes, you know. It's ngam the SCT. Only one of the level A is able to finish in 8 or 9 minutes, you know, the day. So only that times I found that his ability start changing. So he only start have that kind of motivation. So like this Terry, I also think that why not starting, let him keep the motivation, then he can maybe can progress faster. Then he's the progress I think will help him in the the progress is faster. I also want him to can achieve the KIS as soon as possible.
Okay, I think it's a good one of the good idea to focus on the student motivation. But maybe here we can discuss on that particular day, 3A71 and 381, what makes students have this kind of motivation?
Sorry, excuse me. I'm not going to answer your question, but I had to leave for another meeting.
Okay.
But yes, I will follow up with Amira and Ijan about the discussion, the rest of the discussion. Sorry, Mr. Wong. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you,
I'll listen to you. I'll talk to you next time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. Okay, so this is for the current one. So
because before we want to give instruction plan, like how to maintain, we have to understand what makes students have this kind of motivation, which is something that you never see. I also never see that students is too excited, you know, this is something that easy. I'm imagining myself doing something that is easier. I just macam, this is I already know, okay, I just do, you know, do quietly. But what makes these students have this feeling? So, what do you think?
Maybe we can, I think, my side, actually, I have no idea. First time, so maybe we can ask the mom why, what make him so excited?
Correct. Yes, I think this is also one of the things that we can try to understand more the kids. We can communicate with the parents. But from my side, I assume it's because if you remember, student said he likes math very much, right? During DT, he memang suka maths. But he don't know lah what is his stable, like the score in school lah. But he said he likes maths. But it's difficult a bit, betul tak? He likes, but it's difficult a bit. My assumption is that probably he has this kind of motivation is because you set the aim for the kids. Okay, you said, can we try do in 8 minutes? When students can do in 6 minutes, he feels great, you know, he feels proud. Oh, teacher wants me to do 8 minutes, I can do in 6 minutes. Because I'm trying to relate with the school, I like math, but math is difficult for me. So probably he feels like there are things that I couldn't do, there are things that I can do. But in Kumon, the first experience is great. You set the aim, student able to achieve. So this is what I think. Kak Izan, you have anything you want to share?
Sorry, just now Mr. Wong said that you would want to ask mom, right? I was thinking one way you can use is to ask the student himself. Maybe you can try, because the student before to us, you big, and she can think. And in fact, how Amira sharing just now, he mentioned that she actually loves maths. So he has a preference. He has his own preference and able to deliver his own preference and share with us, which I think is very good. He has his own thought. So why not? Maybe we can try to ask him also from mom's perspective and from the student perspective. So we can gather a lot of thoughts from them.
Correct. I think that one would be a very good idea. What do you think, Mr. Wong?
Okay, because he's already P4, I think also communications, while he also can communicate well in English,
Yes.
and then expression, everything okay. Then also good. So if also this one actually is a quite good idea, because when I want to try to set a target time for the classwork and homework, also is a good way if you can communicate in two way. Not
Correct.
only teacher said or teacher say 8 minutes, so I do 8 minutes. Maybe we can hear what he wants. Yeah. So, but at the same time, we also know if he failed to achieve the target which he set, then we also need to have some backup plan. Yeah, otherwise, maybe his motivation level will drop.
Correct.
Sometimes
Correct.
you said, oh, this time already 5 minutes. For example, 3S 171, 5 minutes. Maybe we already know that, oh, maybe his academic skill when doing the counting up is not so fluent. Maybe we need to give some advice lah. Maybe we can try first time to set 9 minutes, then second time maybe 7 minutes, something like that. That
Correct.
kind of suddenly this kind of thinking come out lah, because we still need to balance. It's not let the student set, but it must be a more reasonable, achievable target. I think.
Correct. Correct. Because you had the point, like target, setting the target. It's just that maybe you set the target instead of student, because sometimes student can be very cheeky, right? Yeah, today I lazy lah, I put 15 minutes lah. Right? Today I tired lah, okay. So probably when you give the target, set the goal, students akan feel like, oh, feel challenged. So I want to do more. I want to achieve this one. Okay. And some more, we know that this is something that Terry would be able to do smoothly, won't have any issue in terms of academic. Why not we maintain the motivations of students? Okay. So these 2 points we agree with you. You can focus, maintain student motivation. So the first one, we can set the target. And second, at the end of the class, maybe we can communicate with students. Maybe we can find out, okay, how they feel. Okay. So the next one, okay, we would like to understand. My slide not moving. Okay. We would like to understand your image for students in level 2A and level 8. Because at the moment, when after DT, you already set for students to be able to do 3A, level 3A, 2A, and A. So we wanted to find out more when students attempt in level 2A, how students will do. When it comes to level A, how students will do.
So starting from 3A to from the +3 to +4, this is the first image. So this is the I think whether the student can follow the Kumon way to doing +3 and then +4. This one okay, so the rest shouldn't be any problem. Because he's already P4 student. I think when he grabbed this concept, so we can move. So the first the checkpoint is this one. +3 +4 means 11. 2A 11. 2A 11 30. 2A 11 31. So this is a checkpoint. So
yeah, actually, you already answered my second question. This is the checkpoint for you. So your image.
Yeah, together. This is
yeah, they are together.
Yeah. So and then after that, so when come to the 2A 51 61, so switching this shouldn't be any problem, because from the test when you do the switching, I think shouldn't be any problem. But only thing that whether the students, I mean, along this 2A, I also want to know whether students will jump questions. So sometimes you just follow the sequence, look at number 3 and then answer number 1 first, because this is the link. If he quite, because sometimes the student is quite, I mean, Julie scared, you know, so they go and think. So this is the another one along the way. This is not also is a checkpoint, but along the way we need to observe the student whether they think every questions, answer the questions accordingly, not like go and look at the previous question to answer. So because this is, well, especially when doing the level A, so if we have observed the student when doing the 2A, they are okay, they are without jump questions, or even though they didn't do it jump the question, but their eyes is jumping, you know. The eyes and look up and down. So there is the learning of the level A. Yeah. So when this is the image for the 2A lah. This is the two important point. What I mentioned, whether student can write the answer instantly, and then another point is the concept +3, and then go to +4, +4, +5. These two set 2A 11 and 31. Okay, and then for the when it comes to the A levels, so I will I think the student maybe, because he will already get used of the 3A and 2A. So every page is only one same add-on. So, but when it comes to the A level, it's that different. So at the beginning stage, he may spend longer time. Longer time to change, especially when the sum is bigger than more than 10. Means maybe the worksheet is A 21, 31. That few sets are. I think it's 31 and 41. Sorry.
Yeah, 31, 41.
31, 41. Especially for example, 9 + 5, 19 + 5. That's see whether the student have can grab this concept or not, or they still think, example, 19 + 4 and then 19 + 5. I hope that they can have this skill, means look at 9 + 5 and then 19 + 5 they can do, instead of 19 + 4, 19 + 5. Do you get me? Do you know what I mean?
Correct. When look at the 5 + 19, so not like doing like 19 + 5. They can actually shift lah when doing.
They can know actually this is another 10, another 10, another 10. That kind. That still will help them to do more faster. Okay. And then so this part, and then the subtraction part, I forgot the DT subtraction, how he's doing already. Finger counting down.
Yeah. Yes, counting down.
Okay. So for -1, 2, 3, I think after the training, I mean through 3A and 2A, I think -1, 2, 3 shouldn't be any problem. But when it comes to the 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, we have start like 9 + 4, 9 + 5, this kind of. So this is another checkpoint for me. Yeah, A 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, this part.
1 and 1 to 1. Okay.
Yeah, see whether students actually they already knows the combinations of the numbers. 5 and 6, so 3, 9, 9 - 5, 9 - 4. Yeah, this concept or not, the combination. So I hope that the 111, 121, these two sets, then students are able to get this concept. Then there's a easy for them to continue. For others, it means after 111, they must have this skill first. So this is at this moment, the field checkpoint and the image of the student.
Okay, actually, there is a little bit of mix, checkpoint and image. Maybe I'll just share again. Okay, the image that we would like to understand from you is how student will attempt when it comes to level 2A. We want you to imagine how students will do. Like for example, your checkpoint for level 2A is 2A11, where the students can use +3 to answer +4. So this is your checkpoint. But when it comes to 2A11, how do you foresee student will do? Will students able to change? Will student will start? Image is something that you foresee how student will do lah. In advance. For 2A?
I foresee him will do the counting up.
Okay. We do.
But I hope he can after that he can use the this Kumon way to do, means the next number from +3 to +4.
Okay. How about the timing? Because in 3A probably is the longest one, I think is 10 minutes lah per set towards the end of level 3A. So how about in 2A itself? Will the time increase?
I will stick to 10 minutes.
Stick to 10 minutes throughout level 2A?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Actually, the reason why we asking you the image that you had for 2A11 is because we always discuss these 2 points one after another, is because we want you to foresee, like for example, you foresee student will counting up in 2A11. So that's why for the next question is, what will be the checkpoint for you to ensure that this won't be happen? For the image that you had, takkan jadi. Yeah. So that's why we always have these 2 questions. Okay. So I think for 2A is quite clear. So it's counting up. I think if students counting up for 2A11, I think probably students will counting up for the rest of until +10, right? Okay. So yeah, I think this is something that the image that we have, okay, for students. So we have to ensure when students comes to 2A11, he is really ready to use Kumon method. Okay, one way that maybe I can just explain to you now, probably in +2 and +3, we memang have to, if students start to count apa-apa saja other than Kumon method, we have to repeat to ensure that the concept he is getting right, Kumon concept. We won't move students to 2A11 because we foresee they memang akan count.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is for 2A. I think it's clear for 2A. And for level A, actually, you memang dah mention, you foresee the time span will be longer because of the structure of the worksheet, the change of question, right? Combination. But what would be the timing range yang you foresee?
15 minutes for
15
him. Yeah, he
For
may
addition.
spend 15 minutes for addition.
Subtraction. How about subtraction?
Subtractions, the first 3 set, I think shouldn't be any problem lah. It's 10 minutes lah.
Okay.
But the 11 onwards, he will start. My image is he will start using the backwards method again.
Oh, okay. Then that one, how long it will take for him? 15 minutes.
Yes.
Or longer, 15.
Yeah, longer, 15 minutes. For him, I think his completion times is about 10 to 15 minutes. I see that. He won't more. I don't think he will spend more than 15 minutes.
Okay.
Because actually most of them he already learned. Only that the method they are using is will take longer time.
Okay. And okay, then come back to level 2A. Okay. So since for 2A11, you dah foresee students will have problem. So where would be your checkpoint for students?
The 2A11, 1131, this one, to make sure they can use the Kumon method after that. So another checkpoint is, just as I mentioned, always we hope that the students they didn't jump the questions, even though some students actually they use their eyes to jump, to get the answer.
Betul, correct, I agree. So your checkpoint is actually to C2A11, 2A51 and 61, right? And then for level A, your checkpoint would be A31, 41, and then A111 and A121. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I think this one, my next question is additional. Okay. So you already have the image that students akan face difficulty when it comes to 2A11. Okay, this is your checkpoint lah that you want to see at 2A11 how students will do. So what would be your planning to avoid that situation? What is your instruction plan that you were hoping to give for students to ready when it comes to A11?
A11.
To A11.
Got 2A11. Okay. So so we need to make sure the 3A plus 3 the student can give the instant answer. So this is first line. So they were more easy to, when they study the example, when we tell the students read the example, then use +3 concept to do answer to do +4. Then this one, so the key still is +3.
Correct.
One
yes.
student can do +3 very fast, then he no need to count from 1, 2, 3, 4 times. He can use +3 and know the answer, then do the +4. So
correct. Okay. So these are actually we actually call this one is the checkpoint actually. So your +3, 3A161 would be your checkpoint to see whether students will face difficulty or not, whether it will change. So it means your checkpoint is you need to see 3A161 student counting. If student counting, 2A11 won't have an issue. Okay, and then I think this one is here for 2A11. And how about for A31? How you want to ensure that students will face difficulty regardless of the randomness of the number combination? Where do you want to get students to prepare?
my thinking is, if the student able to do 1121 between the SCT, then 31 maybe the B side he will spend longer time. But
okay.
31, 41. Maybe I will give some hints because our worksheet design actually is not for the student to do 5 + 9, 15 + 9. But actually, just now I mentioned about is if the student can know 5 + 9, then he got this concept, then he can do easy doing the 15 + 9. Actually, our worksheet design is 15 + 1, 15 + 2 + 3. This kind of design actually quite. Is it possible using the worksheet? I don't think so.
Actually, for me, you already give the answer because you foresee A31, A41 students akan face difficulty because of side A and side B also the demand is very high, kan? So when you mention about A11 and A11 and A21, this is also the set that could be your checkpoint. If students able to do within a good time, which is, let's say you said is 10 minutes, student will be able to do it in 10 minutes. It means students can, in a simple word, can tahan with the changes. Students' thinking process is fast, regardless of the change of the worksheet itself. So I actually agree when you mention, it's just that you, without you realizing, you give the answer. Okay, this is one of way, and another way also, kan, the checkpoint that you can see also, you can see in level 2A as well. Okay, you can see starting from 2A, but 2A is not so obvious.
Not so obvious.
Correct, it's not so obvious, but you can have some idea when it comes to, because in 2A kan, the origin only will shift. Okay, some initial structure of the worksheet in 2A, they are still more or less a bit in sequence, like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. But afterwards, we start to mix, like 1, 9, 7, 3, 5, okay? But this one is just that early image lah, that you can have for students. But probably you can have the checkpoint for A11 and 21 lah.
Sorry, should be 41.
Oh, 41, okay.
Yeah, should be 41. So 11 to 31 is a checkpoint. Then
Okay.
starting 10 minutes. So 41, then he'll start have this 16, 4 plus 2, 14 plus 2, 14 plus 5, plus 1 digit.
Okay, my anak kucing terlepas. He is buta, but he can walk.
Huh?
You wait, I'm almost finished. Because it's not my cat, it's stray cat, but they beranak dekat rumah I.
Oh,
Waktu kucing, ibu kucing beranak, then we just jaga saja. Then because now can walk, tapi mata tutup, but can walk, you know. Boleh keluar sangka, terkejut I. Okay, then I think it's clear. Okay, so this actually kan Mr. Wong, the way that we discuss, this is more or less the flow of discussion during study group as well.
Oh, okay.
So we will always ask instructor, you are the first instructor, right, Kak Izian, that have case student. Okay, so we will always ask your image first. Macam mana, how you think students will do, and then what will be the checkpoint for you to ensure that that situation that you imagine won't happen lah. So these two memang we will frequently ask instructor, and since this is, you are the first case, probably we will use your case first lah. I just let you know in advance first.
Others, may I know other instructor actually they also have gone through this kind of a case study before, is it?
I think only Chloe, right, Kak Izian? I think Kamales tak pernah join Malaysian.
Miss Kamales, if I'm not mistaken, they have gone through a personal study group with FB.
Yes, yes, yes. The FU.
Sean, yes. So
But
they
for
have
Malaysian, no.
For Malaysia study group don't have not joining yet.
I think only Chloe, right? Because
Yes, yes.
Chloe, yeah, it's we have 5 instructors, so only Chloe has experience joining Malaysian study group. Miss Kamales tak pernah. You also went through similar macam Miss Kamales kan, own flow, and also the other two is new lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we I'm sorry.
They need to crack their head.
Okay, if we confirm to use your case first, of course we will discuss with you first lah. Okay, what are the things that we can discuss together for the benefits of all participants lah.
Okay.
Okay. So far, the next activity that we would like to see is actually, we want to see students doing 3A131 and 3A161. Okay, so this one is actually more or less because we have the same image like you. 2A11 confirm counting. So we want to see when students do +2 and +3, whether students understand the concept or not, like Kumon concept. Okay, so maybe we need your help lah to let us know 3A131 and 3A161 when students will attempt.
Okay, I already sent I didn't send to you.
Sekejap je. I actually snap.
That one, I follow that one.
Okay, sekejap je.
On the 8th and on the 14th. Sorry, on the 11th.
Sorry, because
On the 8th and on the 11th.
Yep, 8 and 11. 8, 11. Okay. So we will be joining your next class 8 and 11 lah, Mr. Wong. We follow your setting before this one. 8 and 11.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so that is all. Thank you so much. So
Very
we'll see you
cute.
next class. I actually wanted to find boy untuk yang this one, tapi tak ada lah boy. It's only girl, kesian. This one, you see, is girl. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Kak Izan, we
you.
stay for a while. Okay, thank you, Mr. Wong.
Okay, okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.